My beloved soul, let these words from Psalm 91 verses 10 to 11 settle gently into your heart and become a living promise within you. No evil shall befall you, nor shall any plague come near your dwelling. For the Lord himself has given his angels charge over you, to keep you in all your ways. This is not just a verse to be read. It is a covering to be believed, a truth to be rested in, and a promise to be carried with you through every season of life. Please like this video. You are not walking through this world alone. Even when you feel unseen, unheard, or unprotected, heaven is actively watching over you. God has assigned his angels to guard you, to surround you, and to guide your steps. This means that your life is under divine supervision. There are dangers you never see, troubles you never face, and harms that never reach you because God has already stood in between. What you call coincidence is often protection. What you call delay is often deliverance. What you call survival is often divine intervention. Please share this video. My beloved soul, there will be moments when fear tries to creep into your heart, when news, circumstances, or uncertainty attempt to shake your peace. In those moments, remember this promise. No evil shall befall you. That does not mean you will never face challenges, but it does mean that nothing sent to destroy you will succeed. God's protection does not always remove the storm, but it always preserves the soul within the storm. You are kept, not by luck, not by strength, not by chance, but by the Almighty God who never sleeps. Please comment on this video. Your dwelling is not just the place where you live. It is your life, your heart, your family, your future. God declares that no plague shall come near it. This is a declaration of divine boundaries. There are lines God has drawn around you that darkness cannot cross. There are limits set by heaven that evil cannot override. Even when the world feels unsafe, even when others are shaken, you can rest in the assurance that God is your refuge and fortress. Please like, share, and subscribe this channel. Beloved soul, the angels of God are not distant stories or symbols. They are active servants of the Most High, sent on assignment for your sake. They guard you in ways you cannot imagine. They protect you while you sleep. They walk with you when you travel. They stand watch when you are vulnerable. They whisper peace to your spirit when anxiety tries to overwhelm you. God has commanded them concerning you, which means your protection is intentional, specific, and personal. There will be times when you do not understand why certain things did not happen, why accidents were avoided, why situations changed at the last moment. Those moments are often the quiet work of angels obeying God's command over your life. Even when you feel weak, heaven is strong on your behalf. Even when you feel unguarded, you are deeply covered. My beloved soul, this promise is also a reminder to trust God's guidance. The angels are sent to keep you in all your ways, which means as you walk according to God's leading, his protection follows you. When you choose faith over fear, obedience over doubt, and prayer over panic, you align yourself with divine safety. God's ways are always the safest place to be. There may be days when your heart feels tired, when you feel exposed, when worries about tomorrow try to steal today's peace. On those days, breathe deeply and remind yourself that God is still watching. His angels have not been withdrawn. His promise has not expired. His care has not weakened. You are still under divine protection, still surrounded by grace, still held by love. Beloved soul, let this truth change the way you rest at night and the way you step into each day. You do not need to live in constant fear of what might happen. God has already gone ahead of you. He has prepared protection before you ever knew you needed it. Even when you walk through unfamiliar paths, you are not unguarded. Heaven walks with you. This promise also speaks to your inner life. No evil shall befall you includes the attacks on your mind, your peace, and your identity. God is guarding not only your body but also your heart and thoughts. When negative voices try to define you, God's truth stands as your shield. When discouragement tries to settle in, God's angels help lift the weight. You are protected from what seeks to destroy your hope. My beloved soul, remember that God's protection is rooted in his love. He does not guard you out of obligation, but out of affection. You are precious to him. Your life matters to him. Your safety concerns him. This is why he speaks such strong promises over you. This is why he assigns heaven's resources to watch over you. Even in seasons of uncertainty, even when answers are slow, even when paths seem unclear, God's promise remains steady. You are not abandoned. You are not exposed. You are not forgotten. You are covered, guided, and protected by a faithful God. Let your heart find peace in this sacred assurance. Let fear lose its grip. Let worry loosen its hold. Let trust rise quietly within you. No evil shall befall you. No plague shall come near your dwelling. God has given his angels charge over you to keep you in all your ways. This promise is alive. This protection is real, and this love is unchanging. Walk forward, beloved soul, with calm confidence. Rest knowing that heaven is watching. Live knowing that you are deeply protected. And hold tightly to this truth. Today and always you are safely kept by God. My dear beautiful child, always remember that you are here because God wanted you to be here. Before time began, before the stars were placed in the sky, before the earth was formed, God already knew you. Revelation reminds us that our Lord and God is worthy of glory, honor, and power because he created all things, and by his will they exist. That means your life exists because God desired it. You are not here by chance. You are here by divine purpose. Every breath you take is a gift from the Creator who holds the universe together, and yet lovingly watches over you. When you wake up each morning, know that heaven celebrates your life. The same God who spoke light into darkness spoke life into you. You carry meaning simply because you were created by him. Even on days when you feel unnoticed, unsure, or tired, your value has not changed. God's will gave you life, and his will continues to sustain you. Nothing can take away the worth placed on you by your Creator. My precious child, the world may sometimes try to define you by achievements, failures, opinions, or comparisons, but God defines you by his love. You are his creation, carefully formed and deeply cherished. Revelation 4 verse 11 is not just a verse about worship in heaven. It is a reminder of your identity on earth. You belong to the God who is worthy of all honor. Because he is glorious, your life carries glory. Because he is powerful, your life carries strength. Because he is sovereign, your life has direction. There will be moments when you feel small in a big world, but never forget that the one who created galaxies also created you with care. Your thoughts matter to him. Your prayers reach him. Your struggles are seen by him. Nothing about you is hidden from God, and nothing about you is insignificant. You exist because his will said yes to your life. My beautiful child, trust that the God who created all things knows how to guide your steps. You do not have to rush or fear the future. The one who began your life already knows where you are going. Even when you do not understand what is happening around you, God's purpose is still working within you. Every season has meaning. Every delay has a reason. Every lesson is shaping you into who God designed you to be. When you feel weak, remember that God is worthy of power. That power is not distant or unreachable. It is working quietly in your life, strengthening your heart, renewing your mind, and protecting your path. When you feel afraid, remember that the Creator of all things is with you. When you feel confused, remember that the God of wisdom formed you and will lead you. My dear child, you were created to reflect God's glory in your own beautiful way. Through your kindness, your patience, your courage, and your love, you honor the one who made you. You do not need to be perfect to glorify God. You simply need to trust him. Even your growth, your learning, and your healing bring him honor. There will be days when life feels heavy and your heart feels tired. On those days, remember that the God who created all things is still in control. He has not forgotten you. He has not overlooked you. He has not changed his mind about you. Your life still exists by his will, and his will is filled with goodness, hope, and love. My precious child, let your heart rest in this truth. You are loved by the Creator of heaven and earth. You are held by the God who receives all glory and honor. You are guided by the one whose power has no limit. Walk forward with confidence, knowing that your life is sacred, meaningful, and beautifully designed by God. Always remember, you are here because God willed you into existence, and that alone makes your life precious beyond words. My dear child, let these words from Psalm 9 verse 1 wrap around your heart like a warm embrace. I will give thanks to you, Lord, with all my heart. I will tell of all your wonderful deeds. This verse is an invitation, not just to speak gratitude, but to live it, breathe it, and let it shape the way you see yourself and the world around you. Gratitude is not only something you say when life feels good, it is something you carry even when the road feels uncertain. When you learn to thank God with all your heart, you discover a joy that does not depend on circumstances. My precious child, God has already done wonderful deeds in your life, even if some of them are hidden from your eyes. There are prayers you forgot you prayed that God answered quietly. There are dangers you never saw because God stepped in before they reached you. There are moments when you should have broken, but somehow you held on, and that strength did not come from you alone. These are the wonderful deeds of the Lord, woven into your story like golden threads. When you thank Him, you are not pretending everything is perfect. You are acknowledging that God has been faithful. Sometimes, my dear child, life may feel lonely. There may be moments when you feel alone, even when people are around you. In those moments, remember that you are never truly alone. God is present even when you cannot feel Him. His silence is not absence. His stillness is not neglect. Even when your heart feels tired and your questions feel unanswered, God is working quietly on your behalf. Gratitude helps you see His presence even in the quiet seasons. To give thanks with all your heart means bringing your whole self before God. It means thanking Him not only for victories, but also for lessons. Not only for open doors, but also for closed ones that protected you. Not only for joy, but also for growth that came through tears. Your life is being shaped by a loving God who knows exactly what you need and when you need it. Every chapter of your life, even the difficult ones, carries purpose. My beloved child, telling of God's wonderful deeds does not require fancy words or perfect faith. It simply requires honesty. You can tell others how God gave you strength when you felt weak. You can tell them how He gave you peace when your heart was restless. You can tell them how He carried you when you could not carry yourself. Your story matters. Your testimony has power. When you speak of God's goodness, you remind yourself and others that hope is real. There will be days when gratitude feels easy and days when it feels hard. On the hard days, start small. Thank God for waking you up. Thank Him for breath in your lungs. Thank Him for the ability to feel, to hope, to try again. Gratitude grows when it is practiced. The more you thank God, the more you begin to notice His hand at work around you. Your perspective shifts, and your heart becomes lighter. My dear child, never think that your praise is insignificant. When you thank God with all your heart, heaven listens. Gratitude is a form of worship. It honors God and strengthens your spirit. It reminds you that you are cared for by a God who performs wonderful deeds, not only in the past, but right now, in your present, and even in your future. There may be times when you feel forgotten or overlooked. In those moments, remember the wonderful deeds of the Lord. Remember how He has already brought you through things you once thought you would never survive. If He did it before, He can do it again. The same God who helped you yesterday is still with you today and will not abandon you tomorrow. My precious child, let gratitude guard your heart. When fear tries to enter, thank God for His protection. When sadness tries to settle in, thank God for His comfort. When confusion clouds your mind, thank God for His wisdom. Gratitude does not deny pain, but it prevents pain from defining you. Keeps your heart connected to God's truth instead of being consumed by worry. You are growing, learning, and becoming stronger each day, even when you do not realize it. God's wonderful deeds are not always loud or dramatic. Sometimes they look like quiet strength, renewed hope, or unexpected peace. Sometimes they look like patience that keeps you going or courage that helps you take the next step. These two are miracles. My dear child, as you move forward in life, carry a thankful heart with you. Let it shape the way you speak, the way you love, and the way you see yourself. You are deeply loved by God. Your life is surrounded by His goodness. Your future is held in His hands. When you give thanks with all your heart, you align your soul with truth. Even when you feel alone, even when you feel unsure, even when the path ahead seems unclear, God is still doing wonderful deeds in your life. Some you will see, some you will only understand later, and some you may never fully know until eternity. But this much is certain: your life is not empty of God's goodness. So, my beloved child, give thanks to the Lord with all your heart. Speak of His goodness. Remember His faithfulness. Trust His timing. And walk forward knowing that the God who has done wonderful deeds in your life is not finished with you yet.